Have you ever wondered why your cat chose you specifically out of millions of potential humans? Why do some people become instant cat magnets while others seem to repel these mysterious creatures? What I'm about to reveal will shatter everything you thought you knew about the human-feline bond. Make sure to listen till the very end. Through my revolutionary work exploring the collective unconscious and archetypal patterns, I made a discovery about cats that mainstream psychology has largely ignored. This revelation is so profound that it completely transforms our understanding of why these mysterious creatures enter our lives. I wasn't just observing cats casually. As a serious researcher of the unconscious mind, I documented how these creatures consistently appeared in the dreams, active imaginations, and psychological processes of my patients. What I discovered was that cats serve as living bridges between our conscious minds and the deepest layers of our psyche. In ancient Egypt, cats weren't worshipped by accident. The Egyptians understood something that I rediscovered thousands of years later. These felines operate as psychic mirrors, reflecting back to us the hidden aspects of our own souls. The goddess Bastet represented not just protection, but psychological integration. The Egyptians knew that cats could see into the shadow self, the parts of our personality we keep hidden even from ourselves. My breakthrough came when I noticed that certain archetypal personalities were consistently drawn to cats, while others were not. This wasn't random preference. It was the result of deep psychological compatibility operating at levels far below conscious awareness. Cats, I discovered, are naturally attuned to specific archetypal energies within the human psyche. The Celtic druids also recognized this psychological connection. They observed that cats appeared to certain individuals during crucial psychological transitions, periods I later identified as individuation processes. These ancient wisdom keepers understood that cats served as guides through psychological transformation, helping humans navigate the dangerous territories of the unconscious mind. But my most shocking revelation came when I realized that cats don't just reflect our psychology, they actively participate in shaping it. Through what I call synchronicity, cats appear in our lives precisely when we need specific types of psychological development. This timing isn't coincidental, it's the result of archetypal forces orchestrating meaningful encounters that facilitate psychological growth. I identified that the human psyche operates through archetypal patterns, universal themes that exist in what I call the collective unconscious. Cats, I discovered, are particularly sensitive to these archetypal energies. They can detect which archetypal patterns are dominant in a person's psyche and respond accordingly. When a cat chooses you, it's recognizing something in your psychological makeup that resonates with its own archetypal function. This recognition happens instantly because cats operate primarily through intuitive perception rather than rational analysis. They bypass your conscious defenses and connect directly with your unconscious patterns. I documented 7 primary archetypal personalities that cats consistently choose, each representing a different stage of psychological development. Understanding which archetype you embody reveals why your cat was drawn to you and what psychological work you're meant to accomplish together. The first archetype I identified was the wounded healer. People carrying this pattern have experienced significant psychological trauma, but possess an innate ability to transform suffering into wisdom. Cats are magnetically drawn to wounded healers because these individuals emit a specific energetic signature that resonates with the feline's natural healing abilities. If you're a wounded healer, your cat likely appeared during a period of recovery or transformation. These cats often display extraordinary sensitivity to your emotional states, positioning themselves strategically during moments of psychological distress. They serve as living reminders that healing is possible and that transformation can emerge from the deepest wounds. The second archetype is the shadow worker. These individuals are naturally drawn to exploring the darker aspects of human nature, not from morbid curiosity, but from a deep understanding that psychological wholeness requires integrating all aspects of the self. Cats choose shadow workers because they recognize kindred spirits who aren't afraid of psychological darkness. Shadow worker cats often display mysterious behaviors, appearing and disappearing at odd hours, staring intensely at empty spaces, or reacting to energies others can't perceive. They're teaching their humans to become comfortable with uncertainty and to trust intuitive perceptions over rational explanations. The third archetype I call the intuitive. These are people who naturally operate through non-rational forms of knowing, individuals who trust their gut feelings and can sense things before they manifest physically. Cats are irresistibly drawn to intuitives because they recognize similar operating systems. Intuitive cats often engage in what appears to be telepathic communication with their humans. They respond to unspoken thoughts, anticipate needs before they're expressed, and seem to understand complex emotional nuances without verbal communication. This relationship serves to strengthen and validate the human's intuitive abilities. The fourth archetype is the mystic. These individuals have a natural affinity for transcendent experiences and spiritual exploration. They're drawn to meditation, contemplative practices, and experiences that connect them with something greater than ordinary reality. Cats choose mystics because they serve as anchors during spiritual experiences. Mystic cats often display behaviors that suggest awareness of non-physical realities. They may react to spiritual practices, position themselves strategically during meditation, or seem to facilitate deeper states of consciousness in their humans. Their presence helps ground transcendent experiences in physical reality. The fifth archetype I identified was the creative. These individuals channel archetypal energies through artistic expression, whether through traditional arts or innovative problem solving. Cats are drawn to creatives because they recognize the flowing, non-linear energy patterns that characterize the creative process. Creative cats often display playful, inspiring behaviors that seem designed to stimulate their human's imagination. They may knock over objects in aesthetically interesting ways, create unexpected patterns with their movements, or position themselves to inspire artistic compositions. They serve as muses, channeling creative energy through their presence. The sixth archetype is the transformer. These are individuals who naturally catalyze change in their environments and relationships. They often appear during transition periods in other people's lives, serving as agents of psychological evolution. Cats choose transformers because they recognize similar change catalyst energies. Transformer cats often arrive during major life transitions and seem to accelerate the change process. They may display restless energy that encourages their humans to move, make decisions, or embrace new opportunities. Their presence signals that transformation is not only possible but necessary. The seventh and most rare archetype is the bridge builder. These individuals naturally connect different worlds, whether psychological, cultural, or spiritual. They serve as translators between different forms of consciousness and help others navigate between ordinary and non-ordinary realities. Bridge builder cats often display behaviors that seem to connect different dimensions of experience. They may serve as intermediaries during family conflicts, facilitate communication between their humans and other animals, or appear to channel information from non-physical sources. My research revealed that these archetypal attractions operate through what I called meaningful coincidence. The cat that chooses you isn't random. It's the result of unconscious psychological forces creating synchronistic encounters that serve both your development and the cat's evolutionary purpose. Modern neuroscience has begun validating my discoveries about unconscious pattern recognition. Research shows that cats can detect subtle changes in human brain chemistry, electromagnetic fields, and behavioral patterns that indicate specific psychological states. They're literally reading your unconscious mind through biological markers you're not aware of producing. When I studied the timing of cat appearances in people's lives, I discovered remarkable patterns. Cats consistently appear during what I called individuation crises, periods when the unconscious is pushing for psychological growth and integration. These crisis points often involve choosing between security and authenticity, conformity and individual expression. The psychological function your cat serves becomes evident through observing its behavioral patterns and your responses to its presence. A cat that challenges your routines may be pushing you towards psychological flexibility. One that provides comfort during stress may be supporting emotional regulation. Those that seem to appear during important decisions may be helping you access unconscious wisdom. I emphasized that the human-cat relationship isn't one-sided. While cats serve specific psychological functions for humans, the relationship also facilitates feline psychological development. Cats, I discovered, use their relationships with humans to explore different aspects of their own archetypal nature. Understanding your archetypal compatibility with your cat transforms the relationship from simple pet ownership to conscious psychological partnership. When you recognize which archetypal pattern your cat is responding to, you can more effectively collaborate in the psychological work you're meant to accomplish together. My final revelation about cats was perhaps my most profound. I discovered that these relationships often extend across multiple lifetimes, with the same psychological partnerships recurring in different forms to complete unfinished individuation work. The instant recognition many people feel with their cats reflects this deeper continuity of psychological relationship. The depth of connection you feel with your cat isn't sentiment, it's recognition of a profound psychological partnership designed to facilitate your evolution towards psychological wholeness. When you understand that your cat chose you to support specific aspects of your psychological development, every interaction becomes an opportunity for deeper self-understanding and conscious growth. The next time you look into your cat's eyes, remember that you're not just seeing a pet, you're encountering a psychological ally who recognizes something in your unconscious mind that you're only beginning to discover about yourself.